Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Rylee and I are here to read you another story. As you can tell, she's excited. She's getting more and more excited for story time every day. I hope you all are still able to tune in and listen before bed. And the story that I'm reading you today is a special one for me because kiddos in my class, you know, I love to travel and I've been to lots of different countries. And one of the countries that I got to go to 2 summers in a row is a country called Ireland. And in Ireland, I brought back some special books that are children's books. So for kiddos like you, just because I wanted to have some fun memories of an author from Ireland. So the story I'm going to read to you today is called Stuck, and it's by Oliver Jeffers. And as you can see, the main thing that's going to happen in this story is this big tree, and things are going to get stuck up there. Can you imagine? I know sometimes we hear stories about cats who get stuck in trees. I know I've thrown a frisbee and it's got stuck in a tree before. Have you ever thrown something and it got stuck in a tree? Maybe now that it's warming up and getting nicer outside, you'll be able to go out and play some more. And I hope you don't get things stuck in a tree like this little boy does. But I want you to see what he does to help solve the problem when something gets stuck. So here we go. This is Stuck by Oliver Jeffers. Oh, sorry. Rylee was trying to see the pictures. You couldn't see, could you? Okay. You see it now? Can I read it? Are you ready? Okay. It all began when Floyd got his kite stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck. So there's his kite. It got stuck in the tree. Look at, he's trying and pulling on it, and no matter what he does, it's not coming out. The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe. Why do you think he threw his favorite shoe? Well, it says he threw his favorite shoe to try to knock the kite loose. But then that got stuck too. Uh-oh, so now his kite and his shoe are stuck in the tree. See if you can keep track of how many things get stuck in the tree before the story's over. So far we're up to 2. He's got 2 things that are stuck. He threw up his other shoe to knock down his favorite shoe, and unbelievably, that got stuck too. So now he threw up, his kite got stuck, and then he threw up 1 shoe, and now 2 shoes, so now he's up to 3 things. And so, in order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. Can you see who Mitch is? I hope he doesn't throw Mitch up in the tree. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. So Floyd fetched a ladder. He was going to sort this all out once and for all. So now, here we go. That cat got stuck up in the tree. So now he's got a cat, 2 shoes, and his kite. So 4 things are stuck up in the tree, and he went to go get a ladder. Hopefully that helps him solve the problem. And up he threw it. Now, wait a second. That's not what I was expecting, right? I wouldn't have used a ladder to throw it up into the tree. I would have used it to climb to the tree. And I'm sure you guess what can happen. Now, he's got a kite, 2 shoes, his cat, and a ladder. 5 things. Whoa. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor, and he would definitely need to put it back before anyone noticed. So in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at the ladder. And wouldn't you know, the bucket of paint got stuck too. Oh my goodness. All right. Did you count how many things that was? Count with me. So we have the kite, 2 shoes, a cat, a ladder, and a bucket of paint. How many is that? It's 6, you're right. And then Floyd tried a duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, and then their front door to knock down the kitchen sink. Whoa! That is a lot of things he threw up there. So do you remember how many were in the tree before? We counted 6 before, and then he threw a duck, 7, a chair, 8, a bike, 9, the kitchen sink, 10, and the front door. 10 and one more is 11. He's got 11 things stuck in that tree. Oh man, he's not done yet. Then he threw the family car to knock down their front door, the milkman to knock down the family car, an orangutan to knock down the milkman, who surely had somewhere else to be. So 11, 12, 13, 14 things are stuck up in this tree. He must be strong to be able to throw on an orangutan. Oh, he still isn't done. Ready? We're up to 14. He threw a small boat to knock down the orangutan, and then a big boat to knock down the small boat, and a rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, a long distance lorry to knock down the rhinoceros. So remember I told you this story is from Ireland, so a lorry is what they call this big semi-truck. And the house across the street to knock down the long distance lorry. So we were at 14. Count with me, ready? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He has 19 things in the tree right now. Oh. Then he threw down a lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street, and a curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse. Do you think you could actually throw these things into a tree? I don't think so. So he had 19, 20, 21. And they all got stuck. That must be a big tree, huh? Because some of those things are really big. Do you think that this could really happen? I don't either. How many were we at? 20? 21? And then a fire engine was passing by and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. And up they went. First the engine. Fireman says, "Can we help?" Followed by the firemen, one by one. There they go. Oh, except look at this. They're not climbing up the tree, are they? He's throwing them in the tree. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. And then he had an idea, and he went to go find a saw. Here he goes. He threw all those firemen up in the tree, and he got an idea. He's going to go get a saw. What do you think he could do with a saw to help him solve his problem? He lined it up as best he could, and then he hurled it up at the tree. That's not what I would do with a saw. I thought he was going to start by cutting down the tree, but instead he just threw it up there. And that was it. There was no more room left in the tree. And then the kite came unstuck. Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite, and he put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. So he threw that saw up there, and then it filled up the tree so there was no more room, and the kite fell down. That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted, though before he did, he could have sworn that there was something he was forgetting. You see, it's kind of hard to see the picture, but do you see the tree in his window? There's something he was forgetting. What did he forget to do? The end. Can you see everybody in the tree? That one of the firemen says, "Hang on a minute, lads. I have an idea." Look, he just left everything stuck in the tree. But at least he got his kite down, right? That one's kind of a silly story just because we know that that really couldn't happen because you couldn't throw a whale or a house or a lighthouse up in a tree, right? But I love this story because he never gave up, right? He wanted his kite, and instead of whining and complaining or getting really mad and stomping his feet and getting upset, instead, he just kept thinking about different ways that he could solve his own problem. And if his problem was that his kite got stuck in the tree, did he solve his own problem? Did he get the kite down? He did, didn't he, right? So he didn't give up until he solved his own problem. So that's something good for us to remember, right? I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow.